Hello guys. So today I decided to bring you something I've been working on. It's more of a personal project, and I kind of hope you guys will like it. So it's something I put together to kind of simplify the process of getting a full working installation of RADIUSdesk on a vanilla Red Hat system or CentOS based system. And of course, I'm targeting the 6.x release. So if you haven't actually upgraded to any of these releases, I recommend you do that. Of course, I mean. Because you'll be missing out in a lot of stuff, right? But one of the things I also mentioned is that it's going to be an ongoing effort, and of course there's plan to support multiple distros. I mean, this only works for Red Hat based derivatives, and hopefully with time we should be able to support Ubuntu, Debian, and so on. So I've outlined the installation process here and the usage. So basically all you need is a Git installation on your box and a vanilla system. So what I did was I kind of have a vanilla system. This is supposed to be just to check, this is Red Hat release. Okay, so I have a CentOS 6.5 here, and just to ensure the architecture, I have a 64-bit CentOS 6.5 here, so this should do just fine. Of course, a 6.x release should do fine as well. So like I said, all you need to do is to install install Git. Make sure you have Git installed. That is, of course, I recommend using the Git process, but if you don't have a Git, then of course you can use the second method I outlined in the process here, which is using wget and unzip. All right, so Git, of course, we installed a couple of packages. So I think I've actually downloaded Git, just to show you anyway. I mean, you should have it all installed. If you don't, then this should get you a copy of Git. Alright, so once we do that, all we need to do is to come to the project page. Of course, we need to clone, so we copy the project repo and we clone using the link right now. So we clone the repository, and you should have a RADIUSdesk installer folder or directory in your path. So inside the directory, you should find the executable script that actually kind of runs the Git, kind of runs the process. So we run this, and one of the things we've made is to support the two web server technologies. So I mean, on the website for RADIUSdesk, you will see here that one of the recommended web servers is to use Nginx. I mean, Nginx is good for performance. If you're going to have a lot of people hitting your server, of course you recommend to use Nginx because Nginx uses less memory footprint compared to Apache. And of course it's understandable because Apache was designed, of course, has been designed to be very modular in such a way that people just write modules, and that kind of slows it down. Yeah, but so that's an opinionated kind of view. But if you haven't checked out Nginx, I recommend you check out Nginx. I'm sure you like it. Otherwise, you can go ahead and kind of use Apache. It's all up to you. So in this case, what web server should we use? Well, I'll use Nginx just because I want Nginx. All right. So once you type that, of course, the script is going to go ahead and kind of use the web server you're supposed to use. We're going to check if you're running the script as root, and that's one of the requirements. So because this is going to do some kind of configuration in the system, we recommend you run this using the root user account or a very high privileged user in this case. So we check if you're root, and then we check if you have SLNX enabled. That way we disable it, and then of course try to find a way to enable it later, just to relabel your drive. But for now, of course, just to make sure everything goes as planned, then we disable SLNX, and we go ahead and kind of install prerequisite packages. Kind of enable the EPR repository because there we have Nginx. Nginx is not available in the base or standard repo for CentOS. Of course, we have other additional packages like database packages and so on. Of course, we're going to go ahead and pull in a copy of Cake PHP, XJS, Radius. Of course, the source code for Radius. We're gonna install subversion and pull out the requirements. Of course, we're going to download Node.js. Of course, for the for the graphical viewer, that's for your log files. We'll go ahead and kind of install RADIUSdesk and kind of start some services and kind of correct some paths. So because RADIUSdesk have been designed to work with Ubuntu and Debian based environments, we trying to make it work with CentOS or Red Hat. So a couple of stuff is changing here. So all we do is, of course, we configure the database, import the schema that is supplied with the database. And once we do that, then of course we go ahead and kind of install Node.js. And one thing you notice, of course, is there's no official repo for Node.js. I mean, people have tried some efforts, but of course, it's recommended you install Node.js to compile it in this case. So that's what we're doing. And hopefully this will go ahead and kind of install the system. So I'm just gonna kind of fast forward this, and I'll come back when the installation is complete, and then we continue from there. Okay, so we're back, and our installation is complete. As you can see, after installing Node.js, which took a while because apart from installing Node.js and compiling it, it actually went ahead and installed some modules needed by RADIUSdesk. So you can see here the installation is completed, and of course you can access your RADIUSdesk based on any interface that has been assigned that is reachable. So in this case, it's reachable via this link here, and you can see here the username and password that you can log into RADIUSdesk. So one of the limitations also mentioned in the link is also the use of default values. So if hopefully with time we can make the script very kind of configurable, where from the script we'll ask you a couple of questions and your desired password and so on, and make the installation as painless and customized as possible. But for now, this just gets the job done, right? So of course you can choose not to do this, but of course I recommend you reboot the machine. This way you ensure that all the services have been set to come up in a consistent manner or fashion, and of course you can kind of get started. So yes, I'm going to reboot the machine, and of course I'll come back when it's all done, all just to verify that we can connect and we have a brand new install of RADIUSdesk. Okay, so my machine has restarted, as you can see. So just to clear the screen here, of course just to kind of get the URL so that we can test. Alright, so hopefully everything went as planned, and you can see so what we're doing in this script is we are using the new theme that hopefully will be the default in as the project evolves. That's the RADIUSdesk project. And Derek has been working on this new theme because of the new XJS version that has been released. So of course you can see the username, of course, will be root, password is admin, and like I said, these are all default values. So ensure you do that, and you have your brand new install of RADIUSdesk. Of course, you can look at your log viewer here. This is what the the Node.js installation does. Creates this environment where you can see the log of your Radius file. One of the advantages also is you can stop. Here you can see I'm stopping Radius, and so for some reason I just want to restart Radius because sometimes you find yourself trying to do that as well. Then of course you can see it here in your log viewer, and of course you can start it, right? So you can see ready to accept requests, and of course all the DB. So hopefully guys, if you have any question or you feel you have you can help us extend the script beyond what it's doing right now, please feel free to send me a pull request, and hopefully we'll manage it. Make sure you just test it though, so that this becomes more of a serious project. So please go over this page, and I've kind of written some stuff that will be useful for you guys. For the resources, of course, you can always go to my blog about the RADIUSdesk course that I have. So let's say you want to really know what's happening behind the scenes, all the components that make up RADIUSdesk and how it's installed. I have a video series, of course, on that. And of course, you can always go to the RADIUSdesk project site, and of course there are more details and documentations on even more complex use cases. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.